I want to pick up a few comments. Lydia Barber says, very strange indeed. Prince Harry has never been convicted as a criminal over drug use. His recreational use as a young man is due to his mental health. Having lost his mother, Trump is a father himself, with all his brood being looked after. What's the matter with these people? And with Britain, how can your own country hate you so much? Harry is a young father with a young family. He needs to be left alone to take care of kids. I read Spare more than 2 times because it's interesting, and I sympathise with Prince Harry. His own country, his father, brother, really want him to fail. I also think it's worth pointing out that, Meghan felt safer in her own country than she did in Britain, and she wanted to go back. She'd had enough. I understand that instinct. What I find so shocking is that Harry is then expected to go along as some sort of in his own right. Harry should automatically be accepted in another country on a spousal visa. No further questions. As should happen with anybody in that situation. And if I remember correctly, that used to be what happened in the UK too. It should be enough that a country should recognise, a civilised country like America, like Britain, should recognise a commitment that has been given, and that has, particularly one that has lasted a good few years. And anything else is disgraceful, really. It doesn't matter what the country is. It doesn't matter what the country's own preferences and attitudes might be. They should accept the spousal relationship as evidence as an extension of their own of the commitment made by their own national, and that those are the terms on which Prince Harry should be accepted in the United States, and anything else is a disgrace.
Good day, everyone, and a warm welcome to the Sussex Ambassador channel. We're here to delve into the heart of royal matters, with a particular focus on the intriguing political aspects of Prince Harry's visa case. Today's discussion is a fascinating blend of politics, royal intrigue, and the steadfast support of one Professor Tim Wilson. So sit back and prepare to unravel the complexities of a case that has captured the world's attention. Today, we delve into the intriguing political aspects surrounding Prince Harry's visa case. Prince Harry's visa case has been a topic of international interest, with much debate surrounding its political implications. The case, which can be traced back to the time when Donald Trump was in power, has been seen by many as a political maneuver rather than a standard immigration issue. At the heart of this case is Prince Harry's application for a residential visa in the United States, where he and his wife, Meghan Markle, relocated in early 2020. Now, the typical protocol for such an application would be relatively straightforward, especially given that Meghan is an American citizen. However, Prince Harry's application has been anything but uncomplicated. Allegations of political interference have been rampant, with some suggesting that the Trump administration had a hand in making the process more difficult for the prince. Enter Professor Tim Wilson, a prominent figure in the field of immigration law. He has been vocal about the perceived injustices in Prince Harry's visa case, calling out what he sees as political attempts to undermine the prince. According to Professor Wilson, the fact that Meghan is an American citizen should have made Harry's visa almost automatic. He believes that the complications surrounding the case are politically motivated, designed to make a statement rather than uphold immigration law. And he's not alone in this belief. Many have rallied behind Professor Wilson's perspective, viewing the case as a political chess game rather than an ordinary visa application. The prince's case has thus become a symbol of the politicization of immigration, a subject that has divided nations and sparked heated debates. The political undertone of this case is undeniable, and it has attracted attention from various quarters. As we delve further into the intricacies of Prince Harry's visa case, We'll see how this situation has been used as a political football and how it has affected the prince and those around him. One person who has been vocal about this matter is Professor Tim Wilson. A respected academic and commentator, Professor Wilson has been quite forthright in his stance on Prince Harry's visa predicament. He has, with a great degree of eloquence and conviction, argued that the prince's residential visa ought to be, in the simplest terms, a non-issue. In his view, the very fact that Prince Harry is married to an American citizen, Meghan Markle, should automatically grant him residential rights. This, he posits, should be the case without the need for political wrangling or bureaucratic red tape. It's a matter of marital visa, he insists, an established provision that allows spouses of citizens to live and work in the country. But it's not just the visa issue that Professor Wilson has been vocal about. He has also taken umbrage at what he sees as political attempts to undermine Prince Harry. In his eyes, the issue has been unnecessarily politicized, with certain factions in the government, notably those aligned with former President Donald Trump, attempting to use Harry's situation to further their own agendas. In his typical erudite manner, Professor Wilson has criticized these attempts, calling them out for what they are, political games. He sees this as an attempt to make a mountain out of a molehill, to fan the flames of controversy where there need not be any. He insists that the focus should be on the facts of the case, not on political manoeuvring. And it's this point that really underscores Professor Wilson's stance. He is not just defending Prince Harry, he is arguing for a more rational, less politically charged approach to the issue. He is advocating for a focus on the facts, on the established provisions for marital visas, rather than on political posturing and gamesmanship. Professor Wilson's arguments bring a fresh perspective to this case, highlighting the political games at play. He is a voice of reason amid the clamour, a beacon of sanity in an otherwise tumultuous situation. And for that, he deserves our attention and respect. Among the many points raised by Professor Wilson, one of the most critical is the issue of the marital visa. A marital visa, as the name suggests, is a type of visa granted to the spouse of a citizen of the country in question. In this case, it's the United States. As a spouse, you're entitled to enjoy the rights and privileges that come with being married to a citizen. Now, Professor Wilson has highlighted that Prince Harry's marital visa should, in essence, be automatic. Why? Simply because he's married to Meghan, an American citizen. This isn't a matter of celebrity status or royal lineage, it's a simple fact of law. The Immigration and Nationality Act in the United States explicitly states that a foreign national who marries a US citizen is eligible for a visa, almost in an automatic fashion. However, the situation appears to be more complicated. The political climate and the ongoing attempts to undermine Prince Harry's visa documents have turned a typically straightforward process into a contentious issue. Professor Wilson has been vocal in his criticism of these attempts, highlighting the fact that they stray from the standard legal process. The professor insists that this isn't just a case of paperwork or immigration law, it's a case of politics meddling in personal affairs. He sees the delay and the attempts to undermine Prince Harry's visa as a reflection of the political tension between Prince Harry and the then Trump administration. In essence, the professor is suggesting that there's more at play here than the simple issuance of a visa. The situation is not about the law, it's about power, influence and political manoeuvring. This is why Professor Wilson is advocating for the automatic issuance of Prince Harry's visa. To him, it's a matter of principle and a stand against the politicization of an otherwise straightforward legal process. The marital visa issue is a clear demonstration of the political aspects intertwined in this case. The case against Prince Harry has been met with much criticism, not just from Professor Wilson, but from various other quarters as well. Critics have argued that the attempts to undermine Harry's visa status are rooted not in legality, but in political manoeuvring. They point out that Harry, as the spouse of an American citizen, should have his residency visa granted automatically, as per the usual procedures for marital visas. One can't help but observe the political undertones that seem to have permeated this case. The fact that this controversy has been stirred under the administration of Trump, a known critic of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, has not gone unnoticed. Critics argue that the issue has been blown out of proportion for political gains rather than any genuine concern for immigration laws or procedures. Furthermore, critics question the selective scrutiny being applied to Prince Harry's case. They argue that there are countless others in similar situations, yet their cases don't receive the same level of attention or scrutiny. This, they claim, further underscores the political nature of the case. It's also been pointed out that the very public nature of the case is atypical. Visa matters are usually handled with discretion and privacy, yet in this instance, Prince Harry's case has been widely discussed and debated in the public sphere. This departure from the norm is seen by some as a deliberate attempt to use the case as a political tool. These criticisms highlight a broader issue at play, the politicization of immigration. The case against Prince Harry, critics argue, is symptomatic of a wider trend where immigration is used as a political pawn rather than being treated as a matter of law and policy. This case, as we see, is more than just a legal matter. It's a political chess game. As we wrap up our discussion today, it's clear that Prince Harry's visa case is a political minefield. We've delved into the intricate details of this legal tussle and have seen how it transcends the realm of mere paperwork. It's been a fascinating journey, one that has led us into the heart of the political landscape, where the personal becomes inextricably linked with the public, and where the decisions made have reverberations far beyond the individuals directly involved. We've also been privileged to hear the insights of Professor Tim Wilson, a stalwart defender of Prince Harry. His perspective on the matter, grounded in vast academic knowledge and experience, has shed a new light on the situation. Professor Wilson's insistence on the automatic issuance of Harry's residential visa based on his marital status is a strong testament to his belief in the sanctity of family ties, even in the face of political pressure. But perhaps most importantly, we've been reminded of the power of politics and how it can shape the lives of individuals, even those who occupy the highest echelons of society. This isn't just about a visa. It's about principles, fairness, and the right to live free from political manipulation. Thank you for tuning into the Sussex Ambassador channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share our content. Until next time, goodbye.